Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Mr. Erdogan, president of Turkey, is going to get in the shit show with United States again. But my money will be on Erdogan. So let's see what's going on. See, this is how the relationship is in the big club led by the United States of America. Blackmail and threats. When they say our allies and partners, there's no such a thing. There is vassal states, bottom feeders, carp eating from the bottom of the lake. Pop, 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 pop. That's how it is. And the other guy is the guy who dictates. So we have Turkiye and we have United States. Allies, NATO, friends, partners. Please. This article comes from Agence France Presse. Can you imagine that? August 24, 2022. US warns of sanctions against Turkey over Russia ties. So US is the daddy, Turkey is the boy, and Russia is a friend or an outsider. And daddy tells the boy that he's going to be grounded or he's not going to have his electronics anymore because he speaks with the neighbor's kid. So, not allowed because daddy said so. That's a relationship. And the kid, what is the kid going to do? Well, the problem, we don't deal with the kid here, we deal with Mr. Erdogan. And Erdogan has this, and I think he's going to smack again, is going to swim against the current. Washington is growing increasingly alarmed that the Russian government and businesses are using Turkey to evade Western financial and trading restrictions imposed in response to the Kremlin's blah blah blah. Turkish President Erdogan and Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin agreed to step up economic cooperation at a summit in the Black Sea resort of Sochi earlier this month. And they will get the S-400s as well. Official data shows the value of Turkish exports to Russia between May and July growing by nearly 50% from last year's figure. Not good, Erdogan. Your review will be bad. The daddy's review, not good. Fail. Reprimandation right here. Reprimanding the Erdogan. Turkey's imports of Russian oil are ballooning, and the two sides have agreed to transition to ruble payments for the natural gas exported by the Kremlin-tied gas giant Gazprom. U.S. Deputy Secretary of Treasury Wally Adeyemo paid a rare visit to Ankara and Istanbul in June to express Washington's worries. So that is, first is like, hey, I'm worried with your behavior, kid. I see what you're doing. That Russian oligarchs are being businesses, and big businesses were using Turkish entities to avoid Western sanctions. NATO member Turkey, on good terms with both Moscow and Kiev, had tried to stay neutral in the conflict and refused to join the international sanctions regime. The hysteria, let's call it this way. Adeyemo followed that up with a letter to Turkey's Turkiye Business Association and the American Chamber of Commerce in Turkiye, warning that companies and banks were in danger, hey, I'm going to sanction, I'm going to punish you, kid, of being sanctioned themselves. Turkiye said in a statement on Tuesday that has passed on the letter to Turkey's foreign and financial ministries. The letter's contents were first reported by the Wall Street Journal this week. Remember, we got Katanoglu, whatever his name is, the foreign minister of Turkey, who said that there's the United States and some NATO countries that don't want the war in Ukraine to end. So, what a coincidence. Risk of US sanctions, the little title here, subtitle. And I'm quoting, any individuals or entities providing material support to the US designated persons are themselves at risk of US sanctions, Adeyemo wrote. So, kid, everybody who's playing with the neighbor's kid is going to get his electronics taken and is going to be grounded. No more movies for you. All right, quote unquote here. Turkish banks cannot expect to establish corresponding relationship. Cannot expect because we say so. You do what we say, otherwise we're going to punish you. Turkish banks cannot expect to establish corresponding relationship with sanctioned Russian banks because we say so. Well, you're free. You're a free country, free, but we are going to sanction you. But you're free. You can do. Is that freedom? It's like you can say whatever you want. It's a free speech. But when you do that, we're going to arrest you. Is that free speech? No, you're going to censor yourself. So it's not free speech, my boy. Or a free, I don't know, market place here. Establish corresponding relationship with sanctioned Russian banks and retain their corresponding relationship with major global banks as well as access to the US dollar and other major currencies. That's why with this blackmail with a convention of the petrodollar, Russia and China are working hard to get rid of the dominance of the dollar. I should not celebrate, and I'm not, because that's going to affect me greatly and this country, because at that point when the US dollar is going to lose that status of the global main currency, it's going, or reserve, or how I want to call it, the United States of America must start producing stuff. They can't afford just providing services and massages and other stuff. They have to produce. The game of beautifying saloons and all that will be gone. Services gone. Massages to wooden legs will gonna go away. You gotta produce, make stuff. Hello, gotta produce stuff, and then you have to produce something that someone else wants. You don't just produce stuff that nobody wants. Then you're gonna what? Stick it in your bank account. You know what I mean, right? So, the economic cooperation agreement sealed by Erdogan and Putin includes a deal for more Turkish banks to start processing Russia's mir payment system. So there, as a free country, you are just looking at your options and you take advantage of the situation. Aren't you supposed to be like that? Since when my interest necessarily coincides with your interest, but your interest never coincides with mine? I mean, if I want something, I have to ask you first. When you do something, you don't care about what I say. So, yeah, because that's a subordinate and master and slave. Turkish officials have not formally responded to Adeyemo's letter. They should have stopped him, stick it in his pocket and sending back. Broader cooperation with Russia could help support... No, that was not a Vlad the Impaler analogy, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Broader cooperation with Russia could help support Turkey's ailing economy in the run-up to next year's general election. Yeah, the countries... Erdogan has previously argued that Ankara cannot join Western sanctions on Moscow because of Turkey's heavy dependence on Russian oil and natural gas imports. And I am the president of Turkey, not of the United States or NATO or European Union, so bye-bye, basically, and I agree with that. And I'm quoting, "Our economy is such that imposing sanctions on Russia would harm Turkey the most," end quote, Erdogan's foreign policy advisor Ibrahim Kalin said in June. Broader cooperation with Russia could help support Turkey's ailing economy. There you have it. And then we have taken a clear approach. Right now, the Westerners have accepted this, Mr. Kalin said. So, all for the country, right? Everything for the front. America first, right? Can we say that? Or last? I mean, what's the other option? If it's not first, it's last, or we don't care. We should not mention that. Anyway, my family first. Can I say that? All right. So, no, you can't. The same. My country first. No, you can't say that. Because why? You want to hurt someone's feelings? Do you think they care? Do you think they're going to say, oh, no, 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 no? And then what? Am I supposed to say your family first? Why should I do that? And then you say my family first? So we should not talk at all. Like we make Newspeak. Yeah, Orwell's 1984, right? Newspeak. We're going to find words that don't hurt anybody and they have no meaning actually, and we exclude offensive and clear language. Yeah, we're there. These guys are going there because we have children, and children are very easily offended. You know what I mean? So Erdogan, I bet my bottom dollar on Erdogan versus what's his name? Sleepy Joe. That's for sure. And not only that, because Sleepy Joe is just over there, he sleeps. That's how they do. Hey, we gotta show him to the public now, like a mommy, you know. You go and inject, inject stuff, ramping up like you get Dracula from or something else from his little whatever he's put to rest temporarily, and he's taken zip to the top. He's shown over there. He shuffles like a Michael Jackson, but in the other way, not like the moonwalk, but forward. He gets over there. He's and then he gets out, shuffles, he falls back into the little casket. They bring him back in the basement for the next round of show off, which is going to be in the next week or month for about another 30 minutes. That's how it's Joe Biden. So yeah, it's not Erdogan versus Biden, it's Erdogan versus the business interests in the United States of America and the military industrial complex. Oh, you're under arrest for this? Yes, all right. Well, Erdogan is not going to backtrack. Erdogan is going to continue to do what he's been doing. I guarantee you that, and I'm pretty sure you would agree with that. Unless these guys gotta take care of Erdogan if they really want Turkey to change course, meaning being again that kind of thing. And Turkey doesn't want to be it wants to be a leader, and it is in its way. I mean, compare with compare that his behavior even with the Great Britain's behavior. I'm not talking about Germany, Italy. Those are real bottom feeders, and there are countries more influential than Turkey, I would say. But that's what happens when you got. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Erdogan.